Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
That was
Yeah,
fast.
Zoom.
Yeah. What?
How we came in. I was expecting to see a shot of the
Scenic.
scenic shot of the Brooklyn Bridge for the 18,000th time.
Beautiful East River. Beautiful water. Yeah.
I mean, I guess if that's what you think. I don't think it's beautiful, but oh well.
They cleaned up that river. It used to be you dip your toe in it and there would be nothing but bone when you took it out. It's like
If that's a cleaned up river, then we have a problem.
It was. I'm telling you, man. The rivers around here are much cleaner than they used to be.
Oh gosh, man. Don't make me think about it. Don't make me think. It's raining.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's raining.
Yes. Welcome to that time of the year.
Yeah.
Rain
that
and
part's just
cold
great.
weather.
Cold rain is the worst.
It's
That's the
not
worst kind of weather.
Cold. Yeah.
No, it's not cold right now,
You
but I'm
just
saying
feel
when it
coming.
gets
You feel it
cold.
raining.
You feel it on the horizon. It's right there.
And the people can't drive here, so you're going to be 7 hours to wherever you're going. He'll be 7 hours. I'll be another 7. People can't drive here when it rains at all.
I would concur on that, Max.
Just like when people see an accident in L.A., they get nosy on the freeway.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
on the other
rubbernecking.
side of the freeway.
Rubbernecking.
They be,
Yeah.
like, if you don't drive.
Well, I would have that when I would leave here to go back to my place in Brooklyn. It would take me like 25 minutes sometimes, sitting on the traffic
or-
on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Or if someone's pulled over getting a ticket on the freeway, everybody's got to slow down and look at you and make you feel like you did something really
Yeah,
wrong.
Just
Pull the
because
cameras
you
out.
mind your business and keep going, and there won't be traffic.
That's
I
so
want as
funny.
many eyes on me as possible.
See,
Bring
back-
the cameras out.
But back in
Make
the
sure
day,
everything's
Jay,
okay.
back in the day, they used to pull you out of the car to give you the ticket. Now they let you sit in the car. But they used to pull you actually physically out of the car and give you the ticket. Everybody would ride by and see you get a ticket, because I've gotten tickets before. And it just didn't feel right, because people looking at you like you really did something wrong.
Like a
That's a
perp, like a
setup.
perp, not a perp walk, a perp stand.
It's like I'm only getting a blanking ticket. Just move on. Jeez.
So I thought actually, here's a transition out of nowhere. I thought actually last night's game, there was something at stake for Jameis Winston. To me, there was something at stake for Jameis Winston because he was a guy who had his own team. He's a franchise quarterback, #1 overall, the whole thing. And it didn't look like a marquee matchup exactly, right? Missing guys on offense. Seattle missing Russell Wilson. They don't have a defense anyway. But that's a road game. The Geno Smiths of the world, the guys who never really quite made it, they never got to really be a franchise quarterback. They're backups. You have a chance to go on the road and win a game by hook or by crook, I don't care. But come out of Seattle with a win. That's what he did. I thought that was actually a sneaky big win for Jameis Winston and the Saints.
Nah.
You're not. I
That
can't
game was
sell you.
trash.
trash.
can't sell me
That
on
game
that
was
one.
You're not
trash
buying?
last night, man.
No, it was actually a really good game.
You think it was a really
Yeah,
good game?
because it was on ESPN, Monday Night Football. It was great.
Oh, okay, great.
It was
Yes,
a
now
great
I
game.
understand. Yes, great
we
game.
did a
Yes,
amazing job, Louis
Yes.
Riddick in the game.
Yes.
Jameis played as well as he could in the rain. I mean, there's really, it's hard to play in the rain, man. Everything is just sloppy. You're trying to hold on to the football. You're trying not to make mistakes.
But he did hold on to the football. He
And
didn't
I
turn
think
it over.
that
He
was
did.
extremely important for them to get this win, because they move on to 4-2. And a lot of people aren't talking about the New Orleans Saints because it almost feels like they haven't played in a year. And then we watched them lose to the Carolina Panthers, and everybody's like, but they got to remember that Sean Payton's assistant coaches were not even there. On top of that, to go into Seattle, no matter how bad Seattle's football team may be playing, it's tough to go into that building and travel all the way there in the rain and just the 12th man, all that's very, very difficult. And the New Orleans Saints were kind of shorthanded to a degree when you look at it. Michael Thomas isn't back yet. Traquan just got back. And when you say, well, it was a sneaky win for Jameis, it was a good win.
That's what I'm saying.
Because this is his team now. His team in Tampa's long gone. I think a lot of people, Jay, were expecting him to, botch things in his opportunity as a starting quarterback, and he hasn't done it so far.
Well, I mean, having Alvin Kamara really helps, considering there's a lack of pass catcher, right? We're talking about your nephew coming back when eventually he can. That's going to be a huge boost. But this defense is legit, man. I mean, this defense is why they win games at times. Look, they record 5 sacks, third down conversions were heavily favored in their direction. And, you go to these kind of games at home for Seattle, you look at Seattle's defense. I mean, their defense kind of doomed Geno Smith towards the end there, right? You talk about the roughing the passer, which kind of change the chemistry of the game, and then also the offsides, which those things lead to, New Orleans being able to kick a field goal to win the game. I mean, that puts it in game-winning territory. These little things matter when you're trying to win these type of games.
Jay, you know what I love? Key, we have to listen back to the beginning and the end of what you just said, because I started out by saying it's kind of a sneaky big win. You said no, but by the end, you said it was a good win. So it was a good win.
Well, no, it was a good win. It's not sneaky. I expected for them to go into New Orleans or into Seattle and win the game. I didn't expect for the Saints to go in and lay an egg. That's why I wasn't sneaky to me is when you creep up on them and you pop them like the Jets did against the Tennessee Titans.
Let me be
clear.
That
was a sneaky win because it was like, where did this come from?
Let me be clear. What I mean by sneaky is it's a Monday night game. It's in prime time, but Seattle's not really Seattle if they don't have Russell Wilson, right? Like that's a team where you go, all right, we can get this win on the road. It's sneaky big because on the one hand, you're like, well, Seattle's not much. But to go on the road, especially wound up bad weather, you're facing the backup quarterback, come out with a win. Not excuses, a win. And Jameis did not turn the ball over, and they won. That's big for him. To me, that's big for him.
Well, it's his team, though. They're not looking to grab another quarterback at no time soon. They're looking to have him there for many years to come. If this game was in New Orleans, they would have utilized him differently in the past game. He'd have been able to really do his stuff. But I like what Sean was able to do with him. I like the fact that Alvin Kamara, Sean realized that that's the guy. I think Alvin touched the ball 30 times in this particular game, both on the ground and in the air. He realized, okay, I've got to utilize this guy because he is a do-it-all guy for us. And this is how you get a 13-10 win, is by putting a guy in a situation to be successful. When I talk about gurus and I talk about great offensive play callers, this is the type of guy Sean Payton is. He comes from the Bill Parcells, Todd Haley mindset of thinking like that guy is better than you. And we're going to throw him the ball, hand him the football because he gives us the best chance to win.
It's time for some Straight Talk brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Here is Jameis Winston talking to Lisa Salters on the importance of Alvin Kamara.
He always doing everything for us. I'm just so grateful to have him as a teammate, and his skill, talent, his intelligence is above par.
No turnovers tonight. You told us that what Sean Payton has really taught you is not to do too much, not to try to do too much. How were you able to translate that onto the field tonight?
Just taking what they give me. There was a tough out battle. They played some great defense. We won this game in the trenches. We executed at the end.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, presented by Progressive Insurance, all guests on the Goodyear Hotline. By the way, you just heard Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. Jay, you were going to say something right before we played the sound.
Oh, this short yardage passing to Alvin Kamara, man, it's like when you see a player of his caliber and his speed, when he turns and he has that field to open up to, it creates so many problems. You don't need the deep ball when you have that threat right there.
Oh, it's the best, Jay. When you got an option route, and I would run that sort of deal, but I would, instead of coming out of the backfield, I think I came out of the backfield a few times in my career, but for the most part, they would motion me across the formation. Mm-hmm. So you get the same thing. And when you come across the formation, and I already know, as soon as I come across and I look, I'm like, oh, it's man-to-man. Or if the guy is outside, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm getting ready to break inside. If he's inside, I know I'm getting ready to break outside. If he's off of me, oh, I'm getting ready to sit. Mm-hmm. And you just know that quick suddenness, and you just bam, and you catch it. It's so much real estate that once you get the ball in your hand, all you got to do is a track meet at that point. And I'm sitting there watching it last night and was just sitting there like a kid in a candy store knowing, I'm like, okay, here you go. Oh, angle route, bam, inside. Oh, bam, outside. It was just because Alvin Kamara, when he get the ball in his hands, man, he just wicked with it.
Well, also that shows maturity by Jameis Winston, right? Like, I'm taking what the defense is giving me. Like, I'm not forcing it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm keeping it simple. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. He did not turn the ball over, and they won on the road in the rain. A dynasty that's over before it even began. That's after Key tells you why you should listen to the World Series tonight on ESPN Radio.
We're going to hook up one lucky listener with $1,000 during tonight's baseball championship game.
What?
To enter to win, here's what you need to do. Listen to tonight's game on ESPN Radio. At the top of the 7th inning, Dan Eduardo and Jessica will announce a winning word. Text the word to 777-000 to enter for a chance to win $1,000. And keep listening to our ESPN radio broadcast of the baseball championship because the prizes get even bigger. In fact, the prizes grow by thousands of dollars for each game. So if the series goes all the way to Game 7, which I'm hoping for you lucky winners, the final prize will be $7,000. There's no purchase necessary, and you can go to ESPNradio.com for complete sweepstakes rules. One more time, listen to Game 1 tonight. Hear the winning word and text to 777-000. That's 777-000 for the chance to win $1,000. Message and data rates may apply.
Yeah, they were mixing it up. They're giving us safeties down low. We were able to take advantage of some middle safety a few times there, and our guys made plays. So if teams are going to try to take away Derek by stacking the box, then we have to be able to win on the outside.
More Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max next.